his eye again. It has the time. Holy shit! My music keeps okay. The time has come for another game in Division 4 Valanths League. I'm always looking forward to these, as I'm only streaming twice a week right now. And it is SereniChi currently leading in Group 1, as far as I remember, in Division 4, against Team Plastic Crack Addicts. Not the most ad-friendly name, but it is what it is. Um, they recently changed the player. I believe I Ninja, I believe was the guy's name, was supposed to be ADC. He did not play in week 1. He had to change teams. Well, he chose to change teams. He joined Team Rampage, I think. The Rampage team, and now they have Guacamoose, about whom I know nothing about, to be quite honest with you. But hopefully, I'm gonna see great that he was outside of my power rankings, right? I did not look into him at all prior to today. I did take a quick look at some of the OP.GGs. Let me quickly show it to you guys. This is the second monitor. That's my OBS. Yeah, no draft link still. I'm still waiting for it. That's why we have this slight downtime. Let me go to my dashboard just in case to keep track of the chat. Perfect. Stream manager. Okay. We did get scout ahead. Let me mute myself before I get an aneurysm. Continue as spectator. There we go. Okay, let me put it on my main screen so that I don't miss the start. It's been quite some time since I used Scout Ahead, but it is what it is. All right, this is the Team Plastic Crack Addicts roster as of right now. I see Bellum, because I'm a jungler myself. Obviously, I'm going to look at the jungler first. There's quite a bit of diversity in his champ pool. I see a Zahen, a bruiser. There is a Shyvana, usually a useless champion in competitive, unfortunately, even though she's one of my favorites. There are some tanks, some vegan junglers. There's Wukong, there's Jarvan. He plays a bit of everything, actually. That's a pretty diverse champion. Like, the holy mother of God, the amount of games we have played, you need to get checked out, because after this many games in the given year, this keep in mind this is still the given year, right? This is definitely something to check out at a doctor's office for sure. Over 800 games. Holy, I mean, even in my prime, quote unquote, prime depression season when I was studying at the university and I had all the time in the world to play only League, I still never had this many games. This is crazy, guys. So take a look at keep tabs on Bellum during the game. I think he might do great things because he's very versatile. And versatility is great, especially if you're blinding your champions as jungle, or if you're keeping it for last pick if you want to pick a carry. Briar, probably not, but Echo, Viego, Nafiri. Nafiri was recently unlocked in VL again since the bug was fixed. So maybe we're going to see that from Bellum. And the other people, the new guy, Guacamoose, I see Samira, I see Kaisa Ezreal. Still, all these three champions want to do completely different things. I very much doubt we're going to see Samira, since that champion, if it gets locked down, it's extremely useless and needs the team comp built around it. And you don't normally build the team comp completely around the ADC unless you go something like a Jinx, the hyper carry, like a Twitch, like a Kog'Maw. Obviously, Kog'Maw and Twitch not a bit hard to come by these days, especially in competitive, but Jinx definitely not a pick you don't see. Definitely a pick you see very often, especially in VL. And we have Revenix. We have a silver player. Oh, this is my favorite guy. The guy had 10% win rate on Mordekaiser. So hopefully I'm gonna see that. Maybe he is an alt. Who knows? Anything is possible in this day and age, right? We see one platinum player, BSG. I believe he plays support for the crack addicts. And I see a Nico, I see a Rel. So we see a mage, we see a tank, an engager, and we see an enchanter. So, and we see ADC. So I believe he plays these two roles to a satisfactory level, right? I believe he had to role swap at some point. I think he initially was supposed to play something else, but right now he plays support. Yeah, you see 57%, 29% bot lane, and probably some other lane fills the other percentages. Kashark, it's a bit of a wild card. I've seen him play a bit. I don't think he's amazing. As far as I remember in the power rankings, he did not score very high. To be frank with you, I see a Malzahar. Malzahar, it could be the Celestial Osiris situation when CTL Kobe, the loved, all around loved Kobe by his fans, picked Malzahar was completely dog water useless. He never made any impact in the game, had 3 tanks against him, didn't even have the target to ult. So if you blind this champion, you really are gonna struggle in this game. All right, we see our draft. Let me pull my client to the left. Let me switch scenes. Let me turn off my webcam so that doesn't obstruct anything. I really need to. This is where Chief Fan Club is. It is. You came to the right place. You came to the right place. Ultimate. Ultimate Gaming. Do you, by any chance, have any affiliation with Ultimate Gaming League, or is it just a complete coincidence? While you're okay, I have the music ready. So we still need one R draft from the opposing team, and we should be good to go with the first draft. I have these QuickTime hotkeys for my scenes, but I always forget these. I need like a cheat sheet on my monitor or something. That is you. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Ultimate Gaming League is way smaller, right? As far as I know, the divisions have way less teams, and having like 2 groups in one division is never seen really. As far as I could see in the last split. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just looked in the wrong tab on the website, but that's what I've seen. Quite smaller. Yeah. What do you think that is? Is it just popularity contest, or is it better rules in VL, or just unlucky that the org has less teams? All right, it seems we are ready to go. This was way too loud. Apologies for blowing your eardrums. We're gonna see a Caitlyn ban from Team Plastic and Nocturne. We are just breezing through these bans. Banning Shyvana, that's kind of bold. Again, I think this champion is kind of useless if it's against, I want to say like 3 CC champions. You cannot play the game. It's the same kind of scenario as Master Yi, only you're maybe a bit tankier, but then again, with Master Yi, you're much quicker. You can dodge skill shots, right, with the Q. But regardless, we see an Ashe, and we SereniChi picking away the Seraphine from the easy-to-go combo. Ashe Seraphine, monsters in lane. Can still feed early on since you're very squishy if you don't know how to space correctly. And a Zahen from SereniChi picked away from Bellum from Team Plastic. Poor timing. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, VL has been a thing for how many years? 6, 7? That was not my intention to say 6, 7, but I believe like 6, 7 years ago it came to be, or maybe even more. But I think it's like 7 years, something in the margin. But I got banned for 5 years, so we have that, you know. Milio Ashe, still fine, but vegan jungler Xin Zhao can really go wrong with that. Hey, I always say this, but I absolutely despise these champions. Xin Zhao, Jarvan, You just see these in Wukong. You see these in every single series. I get so tired of seeing them. Like, where are these spicy picks? Where is the Hecarim? Where is the Elise? Where is the Yon Jungle from Dilo? Where is Kaisa? Not actually Kaisa, but I remember him playing it, and it was just very entertaining, you know? Because at the end of the day, I want this game to be entertaining. I want to see these same 10 champions in the game one always, right? Ezreal, Seraphine, well, Ezreal just wants to poke with the Q. Seraphine can poke. I guess it's an alright lane. We see Shen, Malphite Band from the top lane, and a Mel from mid. Blind Lissandra can definitely be punished. Maybe not in this elo, so you should be fine with blind picking at R4. Last two picks for Plastic. That will be the solo carries, mid and top lane. There was a Victor on Kashark's list. Malzahar is indeed banned. I believe Victor was in the top 3. I think Veigar made the cut as well. Okay, and the engage isn't terrific right now. We have Ash Arrow, we have Xin Zhao going in, so an engager, possibly a tanky bruiser or a full-on tank would be necessary from the top lane role, and we are getting a beefy Ram, the Ornn himself. Might be in trouble if SereniChi counters this, but they do need a tanky member in front as well. They don't want to just all go in. Zahen ult in, Lissandra, Seraphine is very straightforward. Just press the R button and things happen on the screen, right? So, something like a Scion could work. A Gnar, perhaps. A carry, not so much, I want to say. And it's gonna be a bruiser after all. This may bite them in the ass, but then again, they are just going in. Again, it's just a full-on dive comp. Every single person has a either a game-changing ultimate that CCs the enemy, or a blink, or a dash. So SereniChi's team is definitely way easier to play than Team Plastic. Let me just turn this off for a second. Definitely easier to play. And bring myself back on the screen. Oh, that's not Pobla, you're not playing this split. Let's forget to remove this. It's one of my favorite images though. Ash Milio doesn't really do much. It's bot lane is probably just about surviving till the mid to late game Ash demon build with the kiting and spacing with the slow and constant crits with the Q. Early on, they may elect damage because Victor is a control mage. Ornn is a full-on tank. Milio just builds supportish, right? Just builds healing and shields. Xin Zhao, unless he gets some early kills, he's not overwhelming exactly. Same as Ash, so SereniChi is definitely gonna have the edge early game. Later on, who knows? Again, SereniChi's comp is way easier to play. Way easier to play. Yeah, Zahen top. Of course, it's Zahen top. Oh, no, not of course. I was saying that it's Ambessa top. Okay, so did they switcheroo on me? It is Zahen top and Ambessa jungle. I think I would have preferred the other way around. I'm not too fond of Ambessa jungle at the moment, at least from what I've seen thus far, especially in Div 2. What I've seen last week, the Ambessa was completely irrelevant. Had no impact on the game whatsoever. But hey, maybe I'll be proven wrong by the SereniChis. They are currently leading in Group 1, 2-0. Still many weeks to go, obviously, but 2-0 is 2-0. They did. Let me quickly take a look at their previous matches. They went against. They won. Apparently there was a banger series against Mystery Inc. There was a 2-1 and it lasted a long while. Mm, Many reactions to Mystery Inc., especially when it comes to power rankings. Uh, the players were scored very highly by the players, very high by the players. Number two, number one spots for the majority of them. So I'm definitely expecting great things from Mystery Inc., but they were beaten at the end by Serenichi's. And the first game that they had week one, it was against Synergy's Dusk. I want to say a bit of a close game in both of the games, quite long actually. So again, Serenichi's, as far as I remember, from week one, they had the longest average game time. So struggling a little bit to close out the games. Maybe they'll have an easier time uh, in this series. Who knows? But Team Plastic had a bit of a rough week one due to the sudden player change, as I already explained at the beginning. I Ninja ditching them for the Team Rampage. Let's see whether Guacamoose can neatly fill his shoes instead. Once we're gonna get to the spectator delay, I will quickly run an ad to make sure we won't have any distractions. Oh, never mind. The ad is already running. My mistake. My mistake, fellas. My mistake. Uh, I mean, there isn't really much happening, so it is what it is. I like the ads to run every 30 minutes, or like every 40 minutes, because I hate pre-rolls, again. Whenever I'm a viewer and I'm just browsing Twitch and I have to go through pre-rolls every single time, it's just a complete nightmare. So I prefer to have it this way, you know? Again, I think Serenichi definitely has the edge. Serenichi definitely has the edge this game. The comp is just so much easier to play. All the dive comps are just very easy to play in general. Especially using the voice comms, right? So you can never really go wrong with it. Unless you're stepping into like higher elo territory and people can effectively punish you. Thanks to the coaches or thanks to the skill difference, right? Yeah, early Drake fights, Serenichi's definitely gonna have the edge with the Lissandra ulti, Seraphine ulti. And all the ultis are just so much better than Team Plastic early on. So Plastic needs some surgeries, needs some they do need some time to scale. Definitely not down for the count. I think it can be a close game, seeing how Serenichi's were struggling a little bit in both of their weeks. So can go both ways for sure. I'm always rooting for these longer games, like longer series. I want to say, cause the more games, the merrier. And since it's fearless, you're not gonna see the same champions, obviously. And the more games you have, the better variety. You can see the champions you don't normally see. You can see like the Elise jungle, like I said. You can see Yone jungle. You can see carries, fiddlesticks, perhaps my beloved, of course. And if you have two, then you're running into the territory of the same old Xin Zhao, Jarvan, Wukong, as I already explained, right? Okay, hopefully the custom overlay will work this time. I know I always say this, but it has a tendency to break due to very random reasons. And hopefully I will not have to use the default one. Let me quickly round downstairs to grab some water, and I'll be right back for this game one. So, be right back. Okay. Where are we? 1.5 minute. Who do you think is gonna win this game, Ultimate? If you're still here, of course. Obviously, you're rooting for SereniChi's, but I am trying to. I'm gonna try not to be biased, of course. Mm, 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 I did. I did not take a look at the ob.gg of SereniChi's. Let me quickly bring it back on screen. There are 2 silvers, but 2 plats as well, because they counteract each other. I don't really have time to take a look at it too long, but definitely some interesting champions here. Completely different champ pools. Looking at both teams. I see a Tom Kenshin here. A lot of gray, unfortunately. Definitely no Smurfs in here. But the win rates are pretty good. Okay, so 30 seconds. And we're going to enjoy this first game of the SereniChi's versus Team Plastic Crack Addicts. I've not seen these teams play yet, so I'm very excited to enjoy it firsthand. And okay, fingers crossed. It's not gonna break. Sometimes when people have the streamer mode, it breaks the custom overlay, but hopefully it will not happen this time. All right, and let me take a sneak peek at my left screen to see if it's properly loaded. It is perfect, perfect, perfect. Claps in the chat. All right. So now, housekeeping as usual. This, and let me quickly, because it's never live, which I hate. There might be some action early on, so I will not fast forward just yet. Some cheese in the bot lane. Early warding. I don't think we'll see much action here. Right, let me quickly fast forward. Because again, I hate being behind the live coverage. And we are live. Perfect. Top lane, the Zahid have the edge and pushing power against Ornn for sure. It is the silver galore top lane, so you never know what you're gonna see. Definitely difficult to predict the brain of anything below gold. And the Ornn is getting ignited. Not something... are we gonna see a dive? Probably not. Very easily countered by the Ornn if he goes for that. Lissandra should have the pushing power and the poke advantage against the Victor. But again, it is platinum versus silver, so again, you never know what you're gonna get. Good dodge. Good block on the pullback from the Ornn. Unfortunately for Ornn, the Xin Zhao is not pathing towards him. Then again, almost no one paths for the tank. It's usually the suicide scenario if you do so. No wards from red team just yet. SereniChi's are playing a bit of a dangerous game. Zin's known for having a terrible first clear. So he is probably going to get double crabbed. I do not see this bot lane. There's no way they're in any danger from the Xin Zhao early gank. And Ambessa decides against double crab. I'm not sure why we're wasting time just sitting around mid lane bush like this. I'm gonna be late for her Krugs, or if I'm seeing correctly. Yeah, there's gonna be some downtime. Definitely missed out on the double crab scenario, getting that early level 6 for the ganking power. Maybe some early Drake, solo Drake. But it is what it is. Most of the teams are pretty passive. As I said before, in Div 4, people tend to have tend to be much more passive than in the higher divisions. You can see no kills in like 15-20 minutes. At least that was my impression from last split. I believe a trade and power and a summoner spell being used by Guacamoose. Being heal. No, that was Milio's heal. My mistake. Guacamoose running cleanse, insecure player against Seraphine. I don't think you need cleanse this game because you cannot cleanse Lysandra ultimate. You cannot cleanse Zahen or Ambessa, so a very strange choice for a summoner spell, in my opinion. Ash is gonna have a rough game. Seeing how much dive potential Red Team has. Tic Tac's actually taking a huge beating from the Ornn. The Silver Demons duking it out. Yeah, these shorter trades for Zahen definitely favor him. And Xin Zhao is taking a sneak peek bot lane. I did not think this will... It does turn into a kill, but they're biting a bit more than they could chew. Giving Ambessa early kills, definitely not something you want to see. Ornn probably dead. No flash from the first... Oh, and he cancels an auto attack, but it does not matter. Action-packed game. Action mid lane. This will never lead to a kill, Beowulf. You're literally wasting your ultimate for no reason. Unless you want to push him out, then I get it. When I just push him out and deny him minions, then kudos to you. But it was never in kill range, yeah. So. And already a hefty gold lead this early on. At 6 minutes, 1.5k gold lead. And first dragon for SereniChi. Well played. To the Ambessa. Cleanly counter-ganking the Xin Zhao gank. Let's see if Seraphine moves for the grubs once they spawn. Did notice the Div 4 teams rarely move their supports for that first grub fight. Seeing how they have the advantage early on, seeing what the champions they have, I definitely think they should force a team fight at the grubs. Since they have the great split pusher being the Zahen. Definitely utilize the grub buff on his auto attacks versus towers. Tic Tac's one of the top laners who I'm lying. I wanted to say he refused to do my power ranking, but that would be smearing him. My mistake, Tic Tac. But a lot of top laners did not do my power ranking. That was very sad, but it's a free country, so you don't have to do it. The Ashe Milio doesn't really do much, that's the thing. Milio doesn't really do the damage. Like, Seraphine does both, right? Both pokes and provides CC and shielding. Milio is only about adding their range for ABC. That's why Milio Yunara is very popular. At least he used to be. As we all know, the Enchantress took a pretty big hit in the last patch due to nerfing all of the Enchanter items. And Bellum taking... Okay, clean dodge. That cleanse did almost nothing, I think. And Zahen is... Yeah, he just eats an Ornn ult and is completely fine. This bot lane is in trouble for sure. I think Astra might be dead again. If Miranda's... Okay, are we doing the grubs? I'm confused. We lost one grub while being ahead by 2k gold. I think there was a slight mistake by the Ambessa. Again, 2 grubs, more than enough still. 3 is the sweet spot, obviously, but 2 is just enough. Drake spawning in 2.5 minutes. It definitely provoked some attention from both sides. But like seeing how blue team already struggles early on, they're behind 2k gold now. The struggle is gonna continue. Astra is at the danger of not being able to CS, but Tic Tacs is not exactly freezing as he should be versus the Ornn. So he is allowing him to. Okay, we are proxying. Ornn has no mana, and we know Xin Zhao is bot side. So we're gonna starve the Ornn of a further CS, enhancing his advantage. Okay, I mean, he's kind of pushing it at this point. He should be... After this minion wave, I think it's time to go. Seeing how Xin is pathing towards top lane now. Okay, he is resetting. Forcing the TP from the Ornn. Okay. Xin isn't really clearing his jungle efficiently. He did his bot side. Now he's doing air. And now he's not doing his camps in line. You wanna do your camps as jungler in line to make sure you have as much uptime on the monster as possible. You want to make sure they're spawning in the line as you're clearing them. So you clear this one, the second one spawns, and the third one spawns, fourth one spawns. You're like going back and forth, and the timings are all over the place. You're just wasting gold. There are some junglers who don't really care about that, especially tanks. But I feel like Xin definitely wants these items. I don't believe Tic Tacs ever dies from this. I think this ulti is extremely pointless. Guess it's the 10% Mordekaiser win rate for you. Kashark should be fine. Yeah, Kashark is fine. There's a random arrow narrowly missing the Ambissa, and Lissandra barely escaping with her life. There was quite a big action in the middle lane. This may cost them the Drake. Miranda flashes in, stands still for a second, and then kills the opposition. They're not really exactly hitting the Xin. I believe they were hitting him just outside of the shield, so with a bad play from SereniChi's, it's not gonna cost them the second dragon, but we'll definitely delay it. The goal lead keeps growing. 3k now. Tic Tacs now 2 levels above this poor Ornn. Bot lane slowly but surely chipping away at the tower. Yeah, again, like SereniChi's much easier comp to play. Blue team needs a lot of time to scale. Once they get there, maybe the skill difference will decide the game, but right now I'm not too convinced. I believe both of these players are atrocious with their ultimate. Except that one when he blocked the Ornn ulti, but a good try. And the second Drake is secured by Team Plastic, denying the early dragon stacking. So definitely needed in order to prolong this game. Seeing how they need time to scale with the Victor and the Ashe. Kez Arcane shifting aggressively. Will find some damage on the Milio. He is in no man's land. He just wants to waste time. I believe he'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be completely fine. You don't want to waste time on the Milio. Probably the right play. The ulti self, Not sure I agree with that. Kashark wasn't turret range. I believe he would be just tanking the tower if he just ulted him. So maybe it was a misclick. Who knows? But legit, Beowulf not impressing me yet with his mid lane prowess. Maybe some roam to Lissandra. Then again, I don't think the Lissandra pushes as quickly as the Victor. So, okay, Bellum looking for the Zahen. He does the ult out again. I don't think he was in any danger of dying, but because he doesn't want to save Flash for League too. So escapes with his life. Let's look at the gold lead again. It keeps growing, keeps on growing. Now it's 4K. So the CS difference keeps growing in all lanes, I believe. Maybe except the except mid lane, but really not something you want to see. Kez completely fearless. Might die for his troubles. A lot of sums being used and ultis, a lot of flashes, but ultimately nothing comes from it. I don't even think they're gonna get the mid tower because it's still very healthy. Herald completed by the blue team. SereniChi kind of asleep at the wheel, not using their comp strength being the team fights. That requires more vision coverage and coordination, of course. Maybe the full-on dive comp will not work if they keep on ignoring their strengths. Like, okay, BSG very dead. Guacamo's almost follows his example. That was a terrible flash in by the Ezreal, but we're gonna disregard that for a second. Okay, there was a Zen is trolling. So is Mirandus, of course, but we're gonna completely ignore that encounter that I just witnessed mid lane. I think Zen thought he was a carry for a second. Mirandus stealing the cheeky Raptors. Could have gone for the whole bot side, to be honest. But there's a Herald spawning. Is gonna finish off the mid lane, and if someone doesn't answer it quickly enough, they are gonna get the second tier 2 mid. Most likely not. I mean, Mirandus, he's full damage. He can't really just walk in. And again, he is 2 levels ahead of the Bellum. So maybe he can just walk in and completely disregard his life total. Will be in no danger of dying, because Plastic didn't really have much damage early on, as I said. They have scaling champs and setup champs, so the carries need to play these team fights perfectly, Ashe and Victor, to have even a slight chance of winning this game. Okay, I was praising Bellum for his diverse champion pool. So far, I was not impressed. And again, he's playing the PDF Xin build, Xin champion. So maybe if he picks something with a bit more balls, then maybe his versatility will shine more in the game. Oh, once Zahen joins these team fights, it spells trouble for Team Plastic for sure. Drake is just about spawning. It will be... right now it's at 5v4. There is an Ornn slowly rolling out from top lane. Optimus is on his way. And it appears they're starting the Cloud Dragon. Plastic are trying for a cross-map play, pushing the mid lane. If they get caught by a really bad Seraphine ulti, that spells trouble for them. But Wolf, once a piece, decides against it. Okay. The gold lead still staying at a steady 4K gold. Kashar did a pretty alright job of not inting from the fat Ambessa. Again, Ambessa didn't really pay too much close attention to mid lane. He seems super delayed. I don't know if it's streamer, spectator delay or Tic Tacs now laning into the Victor. Not the ideal matchup. Very difficult to stack up these waves for the push at the tower for sure. The game isn't exactly too flashy, unfortunately, so I definitely preferred the Celestial Osiris one versus OPN, but maybe they're just warming up for game 2, possibly 3. I do enjoy seeing these silly mistakes in Div 4. Haven't seen too many. I believe like one fail ult I've seen from some players, but so far I was not disappointed. And the objectives are way away. 3 minutes for the dragon. Baron up for the taking, but neither team wants to take the risk, obviously. No one is answering the Ornn. Beowulf just taking damage for fun from the tower. Zen, slowly but surely the tower is being chipped away at, and it's gonna fall fairly soon. Ezreal gets caught by an Ashe ult. Ultimately, nothing comes of it. Maybe if there was a bit more coordination, or rather more damage on the side of Plastic, then would have been able to accomplish something from the Ashe arrow hitting. Ornn joins the fray, misses the ult. Okay, I'm gonna puke for a bit. I think this one deserved one of these. You know, the Ornn definitely defecated to the sunroof. If people know the meme with Breaking Bad, I mean with Better Call Saul. But the team fight actually going blue team's way, surprisingly, despite Ornn completely missing that ultimate. I don't know how is that possible. And yeah, there's a shutdown. Everyone is still alive, and 2 people down, 3 people down for the count from SereniChi. They really fumbled this one. With the Ornn ulti missing, mind you, again. Okay, maybe Team Plastic. As long as they find these arrows at the targets they want, and they actually collapse on the target immediately, and not wait 10 years to do air instead, then they may have a chance at beating SereniChi. Then again, everything went wrong at that team fight, and they somehow won it. And now they're losing mid tower. Slight macro problems I'm seeing from Team Plastic. Actually, both teams. Being a bit late for objectives, for the tower pushes. SereniChi's may have a big problem, though, not having a true tank. They have 2 bruisers. And once the blue team gets some anti-heal. Do they actually have it? I mean, they have Bramble, but it doesn't really, it's like fake. They just don't have the Ornn, and you don't provide, you don't have any anti-heal, right? Let me quickly snooze the ad. They don't wanna, yeah, I don't wanna stop the match right now. And now it's gonna poop itself. Yeah, okay. Drake is being started. Is gonna get quickly taken down by the red team. They were there first. They established the vision. They saw them coming in. Well played from SereniChi. It is only these. Actually, it is Soul Point next. I completely missed how they got the second dragon. Wait, no, they got the second dragon when mid lane was being pushed by plastic. Okay, got it. Threatening that soul. While it's not the best one, it is Cloud. I think the Hex deck would have been great for them, seeing how they have Seraphine, Ezreal, and Lissandra the poke. Again, plastic still not down for the count. The kills are even. The gold rate dwindled a little bit. It shrunk from 4K to 2K. Revenix is definitely competing with Pobla when it comes to the ulti accuracy on the Ornn. The people will know. Ball lane, really bad wave state for SereniChi. Is not exactly pushing in quickly enough. Top lane, same scenario, and mid we are just A-ramming. It seems both teams don't really know what to do, and again, blue team just has to wait around and do nothing, and let the Victor and the Ashe scale, but it is all in SereniChi's hands to play these team fights correctly with the wombo combo they have. The wombo combo requires perfect vision to see where the enemy is coming towards you, right? If you don't have that, if one of the pieces is missing, then the wombo combo will not work. Or you'll lose the team fight even being ahead 4K gold. I mean, Ashe is still stacking. Victor being level 15 has 2 items now. Definitely becoming scarier and scarier. Yeah, 2 levels ahead of legit Beowulf. We might be running into some problems. I don't think they're able to answer the Victor split push anymore. Miranda's trying to hover his mid laner, but I believe the silver is being slightly outclassed by the platinum player. Not tremendously, of course. It's not the end of the world. We are just walking in circles. I can see why SereniChi's have such high game times. There is a lot of nothing happening. It's actually completely nothing being done. We're just running in circles, hoping for some dumbass to get caught, as Donkey would say. Or waiting till someone gets impatient and starts a Baron or something. Yeah, we are slowly but surely breaching that 30-minute mark. The longer the game goes, the gold lead will matter less and less. The top laners will reach the 20 level mark at some point. Bot lane tower still standing for SereniChi's. Yeah, we are just in a dick measuring contest right now. Zin is just taking free poke for fun, I guess. Even if he goes in, I doubt they ever win that 3v3. You really need the Victor X factor in these team fights. There is going to be a soul fight for the Cloud Soul. And 40 seconds. I have to snooze the ad again. So, mind you, I'm gonna alt-tab again. Okay, perfect. The Drake is spawning in 20 seconds. I have no clue how this team fight can go. I think the Ashe is reaching the dangerous item state. Ornn is gonna upgrade the carry's items first, obviously. Level 16. But seeing how he missed the... We are focusing the Ornn guy, so probably decide against it. Only hitting the Xin. That's Seraphine ulti blown. Lots of stuff happening. Tic Tacs is gonna die with a passive. Guacamu's doing his best to kite the Ambessa, and the Ambessa is never dying. There's no anti-heal, and it is still 2 for 2. Both carries still alive on the side of SereniChi's, though. I don't think they can ever win that, and this should be the Cloud Soul for SereniChi. So in the end, a bit chaotic, but the carry being Ashe was killed at the end. If Ashe gets killed, I don't believe they have any damage left. If the Victor is... well, they do have Victor, but Ashe is the major point of damage dealing with the Zahen and Ambessa, I believe. We still do not have anti-heal except for Bramble versus 2 heavily healing champions along with Seraphine. Beowulf, a bit of a no man's land. That was a great predict from Bellin, and this should be a kill. Alive for 10 years, and yeah, Wolf is in no man's land, and Jakasoma flashing into Narnia. This Drake is still there. I'm not sure why did not they just take it. Seeing how they had the vision control. Red team is not giving up. We're just massaging the Ornn. And just like that, Team Plastic are actually getting back in this game. The gold lead is still the same, actually, funnily enough. But these team fights are actually more in favor of Plastic than they are in SereniChi's. That Ezreal is not really popping. Damage is very lacking, unfortunately. This could be a very bad reset from the blue team. They could technically start the Baron if they want to, even though Xin is there, but not pulling the trigger quick enough, so I believe they're doing it anyway, even though they are kind of late, but the Ornn is not there. They are taking this Baron very slowly, though. This may come down to a flip. All these games coming down to a flip, oh my days, I hate it. And somehow they just secure the Baron, but what is it gonna cost? What is it gonna cost them? It's gonna cost them the Lissandra. I believe you take that trade any day of the week. And the Ezreal is really struggling in these team fights to be useful, I'll be honest. The Ornn is just standing firm in front of his teammates. It's impossible to kill him. It's like another Sion situation. And it's getting a bit dark in my room. Let me quickly turn on the lights. There we go. Much better. Much better. Let me sit up straight for once. Perfect. Okay, so as I was saying, even though the goal lead is still 2k in favor of SereniChi's, the team fight are not really showing it. Plastic are making these fights extremely chaotic, but as long as Ashe does not get insta-ulted by Ambessa, I believe they win all of these fights from now on with the Ornn in front. It's my last snooze, so if that game lasts longer than 5 minutes, you are going to have to view an ad. The Zahen can't really fight this Ornn anymore as well, seeing how he is armor stacking. Red team doesn't exactly have very strong AP damage. Only Lissandra, very single target, can completely disregard, or can completely disregard the magic damage this game, probably. I mean, as I was saying, like, Red team had a good early game, but then they were just doing air for 20 minutes, and they allowed Plastic to come back into this game and scale. So now I'm definitely in favor of Plastic winning this, unless they completely overstep and play into the hands of SereniChi's. Looking in the wrong neighborhood. Xin wants to go in. We are ulting Xin. He's somehow still alive. There's so much healing on the side of Plastic, and is gonna be the carry and support dead. There is a Zahen pushing, but maybe we just keep pushing, guys. Why is Xin recalling? I don't think Xin should be recalling for a full HP Zahen. Yeah, I think it was a misplay, having the Xin Zhao recall. Maybe you can even die to some Bessa with the Xin. Yeah, so despite getting some kills under their belt, it does not translate into any objectives or towers, regrettably. Okay, Keshar, there's another soul attempt for SereniChi's. They are setting up a bit of a death bush. I don't believe a bruiser dies to it anyway. Someone has to walk in, right? And completely walking in, they should be... Okay, so what happened was SereniChi's actually... SereniChi's just walked through this bush, and they win the team fight anyway. And there's a pentakill over the Ezreal. What is happening? What is happening in this game? What is happening in this game, guys? It's a bit of a clown fest, if I want to save myself. We miss a smite, but it does not matter. It's a very weird team fight again, because the blue team had the upper hand for sure. They blow their load on the Zahen, and then they just magically lose. I believe they grouped up for all the ultimates that SereniChi's have. They did the hard job for them, essentially. Well, regardless, well played to Kez. That's a second pentacle, I believe. The first one belongs to a misfortune from week 1. And now Kez joining the misfortune. Seeing how they do have this soul now, it's very difficult to catch them with all the added move speed, and there's so much healing again, and still okay, there is a Executioner's Calling on Ashe actually, so the healing will be cut from now on. A bit difficult for the Ashe to play though, seeing how they have Zahen and Ambessa diving into the backline. They are setting up the Baron Vision. If Plastic lose the next fight, I believe they'll lose the game for sure. They somehow flip the Baron, SereniChi's, and it gets stolen, then the game can be flipped on its head again. I doubt they will they'll do such a risky play. And Crucial Barrage not really hitting minions. It is a very short cooldown. There is a huge minion wave bot side. Ambessa in the midst trying to ult a squishy target. And they are using the Victor's Absence to start the Baron. Lissandra also hiding in the bushes. And are starting this fight. The ulti actually hits 2 people. Tic Tacs is probably gonna get his passive. This team fight is going completely terribly for Plastic, and it should be GG right here, actually. Ezreal getting more kills under his belt, and it's gonna be an ad, actually, right at the end of this game. Can they end the game? Probably not. The death timers are still a bit too short. They're gonna try to get as much as they can. They are moving bot lane. Trying to end this game as soon as possible. And yeah, it's gonna be game 1 for SereniChi. So excuse me for doubting you guys, but in the end, I was correct with the comp being much better. So that's a 1-0 for SereniChi, and we're still in the middle of an ad. There's nothing I can do about it. My mistake, guys. Okay, let me wait till I get invited. Tell you what, I'm gonna quickly jump back to the Be Right Back screen, seeing how I'm waiting for an invite to the second match anyway. And once I come back, we're gonna jump straight into the draft, and we're gonna have fingers crossed for Plastic to make this series a bit longer and not a 0-2. So, be right back. we have game 2 starting. I mean, game draft for the game 2 starting. My mistake. My mistake. I'm gonna quickly do this. Perfect. No time being wasted. I believe the bans will be the same. Echo being banned. I now know that Miranda is a big Echo player. Completely forgot about that fact. Oh, more than 100 games this season. Quite a big amount, right? Darius ban. Not too on board with that. I think the champion is god awful, especially if picked early on, and you just pick some slows, pick some CC, and you can't play the game. Okay, and we have a first pick Scion, very safe pick. Doesn't really get countered that much, unless again something like a Gwen, which snips the LP from the Scion the longer the game goes. And it's gonna be the Mordekaiser. You're gonna show Revenix how to get LP with this champion. Not 10%. Hopefully 10% win rate. Again, this is the lowest win rate I've ever seen on the champion and ranked. Okay, it's gonna be Gangplank. Technically, the Mordekaiser could be a flex pick. There have been cases of Mordekaiser going jungle. Gangplank could go top, could go mid again. It is a similarly a flex pick. There is a Gangplank player on the SereniChi side. Very high fee, very mechanically intense champion with the barrels at least. And it's gonna be Pantheon jungle. I doubt it's going support. So it's gonna be possibly a blind Pantheon. Good CC, decent damage. His clear was nerfed a few times, as far as I remember in the patch notes. So might struggle a little bit, but still going strong in the competitive side of things. And we're gonna go for blind Ziggs. I'm gonna assume it's Ziggs bot lane. I highly doubt Ziggs mid. I haven't seen Ziggs mid in ages, at least in my games. Now SereniChis are probably gonna go for the ADC answer, or just mage bot lane, just to answer mage with mage. Very eager to see what they choose. And they go with a Silas. Ults to choose from. Ziggs ult. Okay, I mean, it's like decent damage, you know? Nothing overwhelming, but still decent. Pantheon ult could spell trouble. I believe it's particularly good for a mage to ulti into the backline by himself. Scion ulti, same scenario. It is CC with AP scaling, but still. We are banning supports. We're banning Braum, banning Pantheon. Again, this could be technically a flex pick. I doubt Pantheon is going with the Ziggs, though. Would be a bit counterintuitive. And again, you could just go all in with the Pantheon Ziggs. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying never, but I'm saying maybe. So now I believe we have the ADC and jungle left, unless the Mordekaiser is indeed going jungle. Maybe he's as crazy as me in the head. It's gonna be a Rakan. Always a safe pick, seeing how he's a mixture of Engage and Enchanter. Can be very tanky. Who do we pair it with? I don't believe we have a... Yeah, there's going to be a Xayah takeaway from Team Plastic. Pretty good ulti for Silas. So far, it's very safe ultis to escape with or engage with for the Silas. We have a Camille ult, we have a Pantheon ult, Scion ult, so this Silas can just pick and choose with the engage tool he has. Can also go for the safe option, the Xayah Featherfall instead. How do you round out this comp? I have no idea. These comps are wonky as hell. For sure did not expect this turn of events. It's gonna be a Kaisa. So I believe it is a Silas jungle, Mordekaiser top, and Gangplank mid. And it's gonna be a Ziggs mid lane, actually. Make me eat my words. And it's gonna be support Camille? That would be great if these if they would say who's going where in the league chat, because right now Team Plastic, I have no clue where these champions are going. I'll be honest. Can be Camille support, can be Cringe Pantheon support, Sign. Like I don't know, guys. It's a bit difficult to say. I'll be honest. Let's turn this back. Let's turn this off. Let me bring my lovely face back for you guys. Yeah. So again, I'm extremely confused. Whose comp is better? I'll give my opinion when I'll know who is taking which position. So far, my brain has been blown. Quite badly so. Is there a jungle? There is no Mordekaiser in the jungle, at least in the most played, top 10 played. Tic Tacs, there is no Mordekaiser in here either. There is a Gangplank for Beowulf though. So the Gangplank is 100% going mid. We're just struggling with understanding where is the Silas and Mordekaiser going. We are blue balling main champ select for sure. No one is typing anything. Maybe a couple of piss breaks in between the draft and champ select. I mean, again, Silas has great ults to choose from. Almost all of them are engaged, except the Xayah. May struggle in the tank department, but did not stop them last game. Then again, they had really strong bruisers last match with strong healing. That is not the case this game. I mean, okay, they have the healing with the Mordekaiser and Silas, but they're not like extremely beefy as last time. Mordekaiser does stack health here and there, but it's probably not enough. And it appears we're not gonna ask who's going where. It's gonna be a complete surprise for me in the game. Yeah. I guess I'll give you opinion about the draft once the champ select is actually finalized. Again, Team Plastic very strong engage. This time they are going in with 3 champions. It's engage versus engage actually, and Rakan is great. Counter engager. You go in with all your might, and he just fears. He just charms every single champion and knocks them up. Shall I turn in my badge and rifle? So whoever pulls the trigger first should be the victor, I believe. But Sion is tanky. Pantheon can block damage. Xayah has Featherfall, and Camille can go invulnerable while ulting. Can use E defensively, use E offensively. Definitely these team fights are gonna be extremely chaotic and engulfed in fast-paced emotion, you know. Maybe game 3 Shyvana gets through and we're just gonna see her fail tremendously. Okay, let's see. It's gonna be right. Are we actually picking in? Okay, we are picking in role order now. So it is Cyan versus Mordekaiser. I believe Mordekaiser should be very easy time, similarly to Zahin versus Ornn against Cyan early on. Syla is gonna be extremely scary. The way he paths, he can skip camps. He can gank both lanes really. Most likely, he will focus on the Ziggs and bot lane. So it is going to be a Camille support. Not something I would have expected a Div 4 team to choose, seeing how it is an extremely offensive pick. And if you start feeding with Camille, you kind of stay there. You don't really have a way to walk back once you E in. Once you hook shot in, I believe that's the name of the ability. So I'm eager to see whether Guacamoose and BSG have the have the synergy necessary for this for this for this combo to work. And then again, Zaya is not exactly a powerhouse early on. It's not a Lucian, it's not a Draven, which usually shine with the Camille pick. You just all in people constantly the moment you have your E up. Just keep going in, keep going in. That's why like Draven is the prime example for the perfect duo for the Camille. They have Zaya instead. They wanted to deny the Zaya Rakan. I don't believe that was coming to fruition anyway, but they may have just fucked their draft with the Zaya pick, unfortunately. Um, Seeing these drafts, I think Plastic is just too weird. I think Ziggs mid sucks ass. I think the Camille Zaya combo doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna vote for SereniChi's draft win again, similarly to last time. Um, did have a gold lead throughout the entire game. They did struggle a bit to close it out, but um, at the end of the day, a win is a win, right? Like has said to me in the DM. Uh, Again, similarly to last time, I'm gonna run a quick ad for the spectator delay. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I encourage you to do likewise, and I'll be right back. So, what do they say? Don't touch the browser, right? I believe what they're saying. Uh, yeah, so let me do this. Yeah, be right back. And I have returned. It appears the delay is almost done. Let me quickly. Okay, nothing major happened. I'm eager to see what's the score line in the other games. Let me quickly. This probably does not update very well, but it is what it is. Let me see quickly. Division 4 rounds. Anything live? It is not live. I mean, it used to work that way, but unfortunately, I think I don't know if it broke or something, but it is what it is. All right, we're jumping into game two. SereniChi versus Team Plastic. SereniChi leading 1-0 as it stands right now. May the best team win. I'm rooting for game three, but seeing the draft, I highly doubt Team Plastic are gonna be able to touch that comp of SereniChi's with what they have. I don't think this Silas is ever going to die with the ulties that he's been provided with. Stealing the Mordekaiser from the 10% win rate demon, though, from Astra. Very bold, very bold. I was not impressed with the Lissandra performance in game one. Not looking forward to the Gangplank, but it is his most played champion, so maybe I'm gonna see great things after all. Um, yeah, you never know, right? Okay, well, this is happening. Let me check. It's my just friends typing to me. All right. I think interesting. Yeah. So pretty high mastery, right? Mm, not so much with the other picks. We do have the Hail of Blades Ignite Camille special, but we do have a Zaya. So again, this is a bit counterintuitive. These picks don't really go well together because Zaya doesn't really have uh, explosive early game, I want to say. Mm, Pantheon may skip some camps, may do the early ganking. Mm, Mid lane doesn't really do much because Gangplank just eats an orange and he's fine. He's not stunned anymore. Genki and Mordekaiser versus Sion, maybe, possibly we're just ganking the Kaiser Rakan, yeah, and I'm not spectating. Let me reconnect. Hopefully it works this time. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I hate when this happens. I might have to. What may happen? I might have to close out the game fully and just go to the spectate via Kez instead, which kind of sucks. But yeah, it maybe going that route actually. Yeah, that really sucks. Oh, it actually did the classic of breaking. So it broke completely, and now I'm like completely fucked because my screen is just gone. Yeah. Uh, hmm. Right. Let me do. Yeah, spectator bugged as well. Really classic. Control Alt Delete and force close my client. So while I'm doing that, let me go to my webcam for a second. Yeah, let me do this. Where are you? Force close. Force close. Let me quit. Let me go to where is Kez? Kez. Spectate. We are gonna be behind, which sucks, but let's see if it works now. Oh, it's not the right button. Yeah, let's see if it works right now. I love Riot Games. I love their bugs. More are popping up by the minute. I think it should be working this time. Usually the hard reset. Yeah, there we go. And we are good to go. The overlay is working. Perfect. Thankfully, they ran a pause. We'll do one of these. Oh, okay. I may have been a more serious issue than I initially thought. Let me do time controls. Right, we're not gonna be behind too much. Seeing how person disconnected. Great heroes don't wear capes, right? Nigja, are you a coach for one of the teams? I assume so, right? Seeing how I saw a diamond player in my Div 4 lobby. I doubt you. SereniChi. Okay. How is it going? Is it your first time being a coach, or you're just a diehard SereniChi fan? First time. Okay. Is your team listening to your pieces of advice? I think right now they're really struggling with closing the games out quickly. I think the longer these games go, there is way more room for making mistakes. Like doing dumb Baron calls, getting caught. Just a very high likelihood of throwing your lead. Don't mind at all. Okay. Are we live? Yeah, we are completely live. Perfect. It's how we've played since the start. It used to work so far. Alright, I mean, again, that's my opinion, of course, right? Okay, it is a really kind donation. Kashark missing the second barrel, though. I believe... again, Tic Tacs should be having the edge early on. I don't really know why is he being afraid of these signs so much. Like, he just always wins these trades early on. Yeah, like, you always win these trades. First time he gets it, yeah, it's his most played mid laner, as far as I could tell. I am... Again, after seeing the Lissandra performance, I'm not too hopeful, but hopefully I'll be proven wrong. Right now, I'm wondering why am I seeing Camille in my amateur league game, you know? Why am I seeing Camille support in there? And why is it paired with Xayah? Because as I was saying, like, usually you pair Camille with something extremely aggressive and strong early game. I don't find Xayah to be that strong early game, you know? There is no Draven, there's no Lucian. Maybe Samira, I don't know. I mean, Samira isn't exactly a powerhouse early on too, but these two definitely shine with the Camille. Like, especially if you freeze right there, the Camille pick is completely useless unless you start roaming. The main strength of Camille is getting a kill bot lane early on with the hookshot, Halo Blaze, Ignite, and then you roam, you help your jungler, you gank top, you gank mid. You really utilize that long-range stun possibility from the Camille. Yeah, like, again, you're just doing this, and you're gonna just int. That's the whole HP bar gone. There's no way that hookshot hits the target, right? So it's especially good into enchanters who will have no way of dodging your hookshot. So it's like incredibly difficult. If you're against something that can easily stop it, like a Rakan, and we're going in. It's like dishing out the 2v2, and it's gonna be Camille dying. Should be a return kill for the Pantheon. I doubt they're gonna miss that. There's like no way he misses that, right? Yeah, there's no way. You're very... Yeah, again, like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying... And Rakan died... And we died to the minions. Okay, so... Extremely explosive start bot lane. As it should be with the Camille support. 1 kill ahead for SereniChi, seeing how they picked up a cross-map play with the Sylas. As I was saying, Sion will be struggling a lot in the Mordekaiser matchup early on. The longer the game goes, it should even itself out, but especially if Sylas pays close attention to top lane, this Sion will not be able to play the game at all. And Sion ulti, a very kind donation for the Sylas too. Just more engaged the better. Have you been in BL long, or are you new to the organization too? First split. Okay. I said briefly mentioned, I was just banned for 5 years. I was just recently unbanned in the last split of 2025. So I am fairly new as well, if you take that into consideration. Yeah, my appeal was just... I appealed 5 times. I think I appealed 6 times, and my 6th appeal was playing with their feet. Okay, Ricky, let's be nice, you know. I don't think it's that bad. Okay, well, okay, don't look at that play as an example, you know. Tanky, Tic Tacs took away the 14% win rate Mordekaiser Demon from Astra, you know? It's definitely the... Oh, Nigja, this is the lowest win rate I've ever seen on any champion. The top laner of Revenix, playing for Team Plastic, he had a 10% win rate on the on the Mordekaiser, you know? Is he definitely the lowest winner I've seen on any champion played in ranked, regardless of the elo being played. But they're Iron Games? Okay, Gil, okay. What's your rank, huh? I've definitely seen worse. I have most definitely seen worse in this tournament for sure. And even in higher division games, I've seen much worse games, you know? You are bronze? Okay, okay. 20% somewhere with 8. Yeah, there is. There is a guy like that. What elo is this? This is between Silver and Platinum 3. This is the lowest division of Valanths League. Division 3 has a cap of Emerald 4, I believe. Division 2 has a cap of Emerald 1, 99 LP. The highest division, Division 1, has a cap of Diamond 2. Once it splits stars, you can reach higher ranks. But at the beginning, you're supposed to be within the rank limits, yeah. Yeah, as I said, top lane, very difficult matchup for the Scion, and it is kind of crumbling. Bot lane play, top lane play, and it should be a free Drake. I think Silas is just... I mean, okay, he does not have the vision control, so doing this might be kind of troll with the Camille, I suppose. The Gangplank probably disabled. It is his most played champion, believe it or not. He's never been able to get it before. I'm just joking and picked it away. I'm joking to pick the Mordekaiser away because Astra does have 14% win rate on it still. Okay, okay. Gangplank is one of these champions that you really need to... Okay, I think he failed the combo there. I'm pretty sure that's what happened with the barrels. With Gangplank, you really need to be an artist with the barrel placement. Otherwise, the champion is completely useless, right? Yeah, the Scion can never win the trade. You are correct. I think he's just trying to stack his rune. I think this is the only... And this is the melee Zig special. I believe Bellum is very dead. There's Tic Tacs running for the Pantheon as well. As long as we hit the chains, I think he is dead. Unless he has another E coming in. That flash-in gave me cancer, but it's okay. What is happening? Okay, the first game did not have plays like this. Believe me. The first game was actually pretty close, and the players were on point. Now this is a clown fiesta as it stands. Maybe it's the nerves getting on the players, but that hurt my eyes. I did want more to happen. True. First game was a bit of a sleeper at times. Why play it? Wait, who has bad ping? I never said someone has bad ping. You don't like 160? Oh, I didn't read. I think it's impressive to be able to play in the GP. Why do they have such a high ping? Oh, that's what. Okay, I did see the Lissandra. Whenever Lissandra was casting the E, I did see like a small brain lag every time you were supposed to E in, and now it makes perfect sense. The 160 ping brain lag actually. South Africa. Oh, similar to. There's a streamer and player for. There's a captain for UG Pixelate, I believe, and she's from South Africa as well. Yeah, playing GP with 160 ping seems diabolical, I have to say. I think high ping. I think it's just. I think Camille is just not too well versed with this pick, unfortunately. At least this game is not really working out, but it is what it is. You were support before? Okay. She's a lovely lady. I met her. Not in person, of course, but she seemed to be a very, very pleasing to talk to. Okay, that ulti completely missed. That ulti just... Okay, that was not ping. It was just... I don't know if he completely misclicked, but that ulti was never close to hitting any person on Team Plastic. So right now, I'm gonna say keep the Gangplank in jail for now, unless I'm gonna see some crazy outplays in mid and lane game. Did it slow them? I think they immediately went out of it, no? It did? Okay, okay. I thought I completely missed everyone, but maybe I looked wrong, you know? Camille being taken away. Again, this Silas has just a field day with these ultimates. Basically, all of them are good. Most of them for engage, but the Xayah mainly for being safe when going in. Bring in the sub next game. I don't remember who's the sub for either of these teams. I don't pay attention to it too much, you know. Okay, we have a crazy 4v4. Top laners don't care at all what's happening. There's this crazy steal from the Pantheon, but this may cost them dearly. We have a flash in for Kez. That's a pretty terrorist play, I'll be honest, but is it worth? Probably not. You get a kill, but you completely bait your team. There's a triple kill for the Ziggs, probably a quadra kill, and you just gave the Ziggs just a mountain of gold. Probably the worst person to give the gold to. And the GP is something else, true. Hi Quinn, good to see you here. Unfortunately, Kobe is not in this match. Believe it or not. I believe he's playing... Don't they have a bye week today? Because we're supposed to play against Tinder Gold. I'm not sure, but I think that may be the case. That they have a bye week this week. Yeah. It's such a shame that the team with the best name possible dropped out. I don't know why did they drop out, but... Okay, Kez is gonna get solo boloed by the Camille, and I am seeing a bit of a bot diffy. It appears the Camille was the correct pick after all, unless it's just Kez not having flash due to the flash in earlier for a kill. Mirandis looking to... Okay, that's a clean GP ulting, hitting on target. I mean, he stopped them from taking turret. Worth, I guess. Okay, clean 2-barrel combo. Once he hits like 3-barrel combo, I'll be thoroughly impressed with the 160 ping. And Silent ulting top lane. Let's take a look at the gold lead. The gold is basically even. That's quite a drastic change from game 1. SereniChis were leading in the gold department pretty much all game. Kind of trolling at times, but okay, Kashark, I mean, you take that trade any day of the week, no? Just get a gank, get a kill anywhere. Kez being a slight terrorist again, but narrowly escapes with his life. Almost walks back into the furthers, actually. Thankfully, narrowly being missed by them. Xayah just casually 1v2ing bot lane. Again, a casual bot lane diffy. Astra is not taking damage from the Mordekaiser anymore. This may spell trouble for the subsequent minutes in this game. As I said, I am voting for this game to go Plastic's way, seeing how I won 3 games, but right now any team can take this. I think it may be in the hands of the GP and Silas not making into plays. Also, Kez not flashing in. Guacamoose completely inting, walking back in without the ultimate, knowing Rakan's ult is up. Quickness, I believe, is the name of it. So just a skill difference with that one. Micro difference, if you will. Yeah, Astra is just tanking the Mordekaiser. Extended trays still belong to Tic Tacs, but okay, if you wanted to do that, probably do it when you still have the health pool to spare, because right now Astra maybe just his health maybe just chipped away by a random E and a Q from the Mordekaiser. Last game he was proxying between waves as Zahin. We are walking into mines for fun as GP. I am understanding why he's not allowed on the GP with a 160 ping. It kind of sucks for people from Africa anyway, right? Like, all the servers are kind of far away. You don't really get good ping anyway. And there is no African server as far as I remember. I think I may be wrong on this, but I think that's the case. Val server, yeah. He's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, but I think he just, yeah, he completely wins this 1v1 anyway. Tic Tacs. I mean, okay, we are going on the Pantheon, and Camille 1v1ing this. That's a 1-for-1. That's Camille dead. That's Beowulf being a terrorist on his GP. And Infernal easily taken by the Silas. No fear of it being stolen. Why Rai doesn't just make leave once they... Okay, I think... just being honest, you know, this may just not be worth for Riot, because a lot of countries in Africa is not exactly being a genius saying this, but most of the countries in Africa are a bit underdeveloped, right? Many people don't have access to internet or even like clean water, for what it's worth, right? So I doubt they would be playing League, you know? Maybe just not worth for the player base that is there. Maybe just not enough players that a server going around the clock, you know? I would like to see a stats, like how many players are there in Africa in comparison to the... Yeah, no, I'm not saying there are no first world countries. It's just there's a lot third world countries, right? There's Nambia, there's Egypt, there's Morocco, South Africa. What else? Yeah, maybe the league player base isn't great. These are just off the top of my head, right? I really know what is the state of Libya after Gaddafi. I think they are fine now, I think. Clearly enough for Valorant. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Just a random tangent for me. My bad. Alright, let's look at the gold difference. Right now, SereniChi does have a slight gold lead. Only 1.5k, so fairly negligible. Tic Tacs being ahead of Astra doesn't really make that much of a difference. At the end of the day, Astra can just sit at the tower and don't care. He keeps trying to fight Mordekaiser for whatever reason, even though he's gonna lose every single trade. You could just be freezing the wave, making Mordekaiser be stuck with him in lane, lose some CS here and there, but at the end of the day, it is Sion. It doesn't really matter that much if he has perfect CS. Did I see that correctly? I think he flashed, right? I think he flashed and missed the E. Huh. And Astra is Giga dead. Pantheon... no, that was Silas going in with the Pantheon ulti. This team fight was just pure disaster for the side of Plastic, unfortunately. Just biting a bit more than they could chew. I believe they initiated that team fight, and Camille just baited her entire team into the river. Beowulfs did not landing these long-range barrel initiation. As strange as it sounds, it may be on the hands of Ziggs to be able to poke down the opposition, land some clean ultimates as they're stunned. But the longer the game goes, even a bad GP, at some point he's going to hit the crit barrel, one-shotting the backline, and he's going to feel like a god, right? But again, so far, not thoroughly impressed with the legit Beowulf thus far. Kind of understanding the lower power ranking position. But I was praising Bellum for having a diverse champion pool, and well, he is trying his best. Miranda is just a more proactive player thus far. Now, I don't like skipping camps like that by the Silas, but I do see that we are diving a Pantheon. This has to be a terrorist play, no? Or not? Let's see. Okay. I mean, he's not gonna be. He still is gonna spawn for the Drake, I believe. They get the turret, so I guess it is a fair exchange. The tower is not being taken. It's protected by the Silas and a Mordekaiser TP. The goal of Ziggs is to prolong the games. Make yourself as annoying as possible with the wave clear. Beowulf is pretending to be useful, and it's okay. He still has an AoE slow with his ultimate. Astra is slowly but surely chipping away at the top lane tower. While they're losing the second Infernal Dragon. Dragon stacking has been slowed down due to the first Drakes being taken by Plastic. And so far my MVP has definitely been Mirandus. I've been enjoying his plays thoroughly. Very diverse player, plays everything really. Plays tanks, plays bruisers, plays carries. So I like that. Let's look at the Silver Serpent situation. 277. Still needs quite a big amount to attain the next upgrade for his ultimate. Now we're going in the game 1 direction. The gold lead is increasing the longer the game goes from the random sources. CS, monsters in the jungle being stolen. That's a half HP barrel, just like that. You just need to hit one at the end of the day. You just hit one. It doesn't matter that you missed the previous 20, right? It's similar to a Blitz Hook. It doesn't matter if you miss the first 30, if you just hit that one perfect one on the carry. No one remembers that you missed all the previous ones, yeah. The classic barrel in Fog of War. Again, top lane, silver galore, not much to look at really. Kaisa counter jungling the Silas. I'm going the usual on-hit AP build. Dusk and Dawn coming in next, I believe, for the Rage Blade. Seeing how just to cut through the Pantheon and the Scion, I believe that is the correct choice. Seeing a static on the Kaisa? Yeah. It was it nerfed? I'm not sure. Was it buffed? No, it was like nerfed on Teemo specifically, because there was direct Teemo static ship abuse. That's a bad miss on the chains, but a lot of CC still being... Oh, that's a nuclear bomb from the Zig, but does it really matter? clean heal, and Sion does not have the ulti. He's gonna be the piece of dead meat. Is a triple kill for Beowulf. Yeah, I mean, Kashark is doing whatever he can to prolong this game, but at the end of the day, all he can do is essentially just clear waves, yeah? Ziggs mid, not exactly the most powerhouse of a pick comparison to the Ziggs bot lane, who fell out of favor anyway, but yeah. And Kashark's pool is not exactly great. He plays Malzahar, he plays Veigar, he plays the Victor. Tempo is kind of a bit wonky in comparison to the other mid laners. It is going to be a fairly early Baron when it comes to SereniChi's at least, seeing how they prefer to have their games run a bit longer. Let's see how they utilize it. Let's see whether they're advanced with their vision coverage of the map to shorten the game time this time. Breaching through this mid tower is a necessity that opens up the map completely. Top tower should fall any second now with the one plate remaining. Let's just not run around the map and accomplish nothing, yeah? Which I think we're gonna be doing until the Drake spawns. So I'm not like terribly against it, you know. At least it is third Infernal on the way, reaching the soul point level afterwards. I think Baron making it a bit easier to withstand the Ziggs wave clear, but seeing how they have 4 melees and only Kai'Sa range, the breaching towers may become a slight issue with these Ziggs up. Tic Tac's frontlining for his team, they don't exactly have a tank, as I already mentioned. They have an AP, they have 2 AP carries with a lot of healing. Again, Tic Tacs does stack a bit of HP, so it's like a fake tank. And Guacamo's getting bonked by the... I believe that's... Yeah, that flash is a bit ass, I'll be honest. I think if you are gonna flash or ulti a Xayah, you have to ulti the barrel if you don't dodge it. There is a shutdown on the Beowulf, but it doesn't matter at all. It's gonna be a third Drake, and what it's looking like is looking like a easy 2-0 from this point on. That team fight kind of solidifies it for me. Blue team is kind of lost with their draft, I'm afraid. Granted, the longer the game goes, they have an extra bruiser with the Camille, but I don't think the Camille is good enough to perform in such a pick. Yeah, the gold lead skyrocketed to a drastic 10k gold lead. I mean, it is Div 4. Teams tend to struggle with closing the games out. SereniChi, the ex-Fnatic player. He does wish. Wait, let me quickly snooze the ad to make sure it doesn't like randomly pop up during the game. X-Low Musta. I believe, unfortunately, my mental, my inability to learn new things, and just playing shit champs in general makes me unable to climb anywhere above Emerald 1, unfortunately. But I just hate playing League by myself, you know what I mean? It's just playing League solo queue is just pure hell. If you're a duo and you're both feeding, it's like kind of funny. But if you're just feeding by yourself, it's just... How dogwood are these mid laners? Okay, legit Beowulf. He's playing on 160 ping. He's apparently playing his main champion, Gangplank. But so far, I've seen many atrocities in this game. Let's of 1 to go. Okay, I think you're much better than these mid laners, I'll be honest. If you're Kobe, they are. I want to say Kishark is like. It's like a 4, and Beowulf is like a 3. Just being honest, I really think these mid laners are pretty bad. Maybe if Kishark played slightly better champions, but unfortunately he doesn't. So the argument is moot, you know. The worst ping I've ever had was 200 ping when I was playing on the NA server. That's where the NA comes from in my name. But it was a long time ago, and the league was much slower as a game all these seasons ago. You know, at the beginning, I think league was more of a strategy game than what it is now. Ram is only diamond. Ram is top lane, obviously, right? The Baus FFSS style. Stacking, what was he stacking? Just like getting Thornmail first item and then just having like 400 armor. Level 6, something like that. What are you asking, Reki? Are you asking Nigja? The gap between 290 Oh yeah, the gap between 200 LP Master and the 500 and above is quite drastic. You are correct in that one. I remember Red IRL talking about that. Definitely my favorite league player by a mile. He's talking about the Fnatic player that can get a name. The Ram is perfect on pink champ. Ram is perfect on the pink champ. Yeah, I mean you really need fast reflex in the Rammus. You are correct in that one. You didn't even know to play the game. Yeah. I mean, like when I watch Red IRL sometimes, and he is, he was a pretty like high challenger player, at some point, and I remember him saying that when he's playing with low master players, it is like playing with iron, in comparison. So yeah, I do understand what you mean. Okay, guys, you are ahead by more than 10k gold. Surely we can end this game without just tiptoeing around, doing nothing, running around the map. Nigja, please. Like, being ahead 12k gold, surely we don't have to wait for Soul, just doing nothing. And possibly lose Baron. I think it's playing a bit too safe for my liking. Yeah, they lost Baron. This is gonna cost Pantheon's life, possibly BSG's as well. I don't believe losing Baron will matter in the end, obviously, but it is... killing these two is taking way too long. Granted, it's just a Rakan chasing. Where are we going, Mirandus? What is this terrorist play? Okay, there is an ad coming in 15 seconds. I am completely unable to stop it. Please forgive me. Hopefully nothing of utmost importance. Respect the aggression? Yeah. I mean, okay. It's like fair. He did hit a person. But Kez hit some completely borderline schizo plays this game, just flashing into 4 people early on. But person has blenderized passion. I think Miranda is definitely my MVP from my MVP from SereniChi. Definitely my top player for sure. I think he's making the right plays. He's very versatile as a player, so I'm eager to see whether they advance to playoffs and how will they do in it. I think it's Miranda's first time playing, so I think he would definitely fit into the Div 3 quite nicely. I wonder how is the Madman Ghouls game going. I was not able to stream it, but seeing out, I didn't want to like double stream because then like overlapping viewers. That's not exactly good for anyone, right? 1-1. Okay. 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 Madmen, I believe they're 3-0 in their group. So. Didn't score very high in the power ranking, I believe. And again, when are power rankings always, you know? When are they ever fully accurate, I would say. Jacko Soma, bit the Doman's one, but he's very tanky for a Rakan. Mordekaiser is just breaching top lane. He's opening the gates. Gonna be stopped by the Scion, it seems. Beowulf. Yeah, Beowulf. You are definitely dropping in the power rankings even more after this one. I don't know. Maybe he's ping spiked. Maybe someone was downloading something in the background and he DC'd in the middle of that play, but I have no clue what was the plan behind that one. Tic Tacs is doing the funny, similarly to Beowulf. But he does have the ulti to save himself. BSG in No Man's Land. Pantheon is very dead as well. They are getting kind of low. We are just... Okay. Surely we're just letting blue teams get back into this game. How are the... Losing the Baron prolongs this game for so long. If they just... I'm getting slightly triggered by this game, I'll be honest. Okay, surely the wall difference that SereniChi's have will result in a win in the next 2 minutes, I want to say. Yeah, Elder's in 1.5 minutes. Baron as well. Okay, sure, we could just AFK for the next objective, or we could establish waves better and win the game. Right now we don't have top lane pushing, bot lane is not pushing either. Mid lane is very slowly pushing. So getting these towers is close to impossible. Maybe waiting for the next objective and forcing the enemy's hand, drawing them into the Elder is the right play after all, I guess, for this team. They're clearing all the vision from SereniChi, unfortunately. BSG is playing with his life for sure. There's another Camille ult for the Silas. I believe there's gonna be a dead Kashar. Yeah, that's Kashar dead. We have no damage now. Bellum is dead. It is a GG. It's gonna be a 2-0. Well fought for the SereniChis. Again, I very much dislike and one for the road for the wolf. Okay, two things. I really find it obnoxious that it took way too long to close out this game with a 12k gold lead. It is a win after all, so we can't complain, obviously. I just think against the best teams in this Division 4, you are going to get punished for it heavily if you give the opposition this much time to get back into the game. But yeah, a win is a win, 2-0, leading the group 3-0 now. Similarly to Madmen Ghouls before their game today. So, well played. A clap for me. At least they closed it. Yes, yes. You are correct on that one, Kobe. That was pretty disgusting. You lost that second game. But it is what it is. It happens. Hopefully you're gonna get them next time. And I'm not sure who you were playing in the 4th week. I'll have to check that out quickly. But let me check it right now. Seeing how I don't intend to do any interviews yet, let me quickly look at the round 4 next week. What's interesting game? I guess I do want to catch one Mystery Inc. game. I have not seen them play yet. You are playing against. You're playing against Leona's Chairs. Actually, that may be my game of choice next week. I definitely want to cast this one if I'll be able to. I've not seen Leona's Chairs cast play yet. I don't. I remember they played in last split, and they got pretty far. So yeah, definitely gonna be looking to cast the Leona Shares game next week. But regardless, 2-0 win for SereniChi. Well played to them for sure. I've seen many terrorist plays for sure, especially from the Gangplank and Camille in the last match. Uh, Hopefully my floor is nice to walk on today. I'm not sure if that's a veiled threat, but I think it might just be for my good friend Simon. Uh, I am gonna close this broadcast out now. I can barely talk for some reason. My voice is getting a bit raspy. It's some new faces coming in here. Thank you for that. I think you're Reki and Nick just for sticking around. Do catch the Div 2 match on Thursday. I'll be casting. Not sure which one yet, but I'm sure it'll be great to watch. And Lumpy Custard is here as well. Better late than never. I'll be back next week for a bit higher elo play. So I'll see you next week.